All right, so there's this week's Torah portion is rather fascinating. There's all kinds of tidbits of information, relatively comical. But the Knumlin's trying to give tiny little sound bites on an entire passage of Torah is like just remembering, okay, that it said that. Congratulations, that's what I read, whatever. Anyways, so I decided to change it up a little bit. Normally I'm throwing the fastball. Let's get over what does it say? Okay. So I remember it said that and that, and it also said a lot of other things as well. But probably not. You'd have to actually know what it is. There's a lens of interpretation, and even if you have the commentary, there's an interpretation of the commentary, and so on and so forth. So it's called what do theologians call these things? Reading into the text, or reading from the text, or explaining the text. In other words, it's called expository versus expository, or where you explain things from the text, or you basically essentially read into the text. It's just a different style of teaching, depending. There's a classical term for what that is. Anyways, in a kev, it says your grain, your wine, your oil. And so I was like, okay, so the wine was pretty good. There was grapes. It's good for antioxidants, so on and so forth. And it's got vitamin C and things. And then there's the wine, or the oil, the olive oil. You can use the olive oil to put for sunscreen. So I use the olive oil sometimes in my hair a little bit, so it sometimes looks a little bit greasy. It's just it's not a cooking ingredient, and somebody might be buttering me up with olive oil to stick me in a stove to cook me for the proverbial 1,000-day turkey, according to Daniel Kahneman. I might fit in the stove, depending on your interpretation of what it says in the Old Testament. Some people literally used to believe that if you that you could butter people up with olive oil, stick them in a stove, and they'll wind up in HE doubled hockey stick, amongst the ashes to ashes, dust to dust, something along those lines, and then of course the grains. Anyways, until next time, over and out.